What if the force holding our entire universe together isn't just some cold mechanical rule, but something more like a life drive? We are about to dive into a truly radical and pretty unconventional new framework called quantum affinity gravity. The big idea here? That the universe isn't some dead machine, but a living, breathing, self-encoding system.
You've heard it a million times, right? 95% of our cosmos is made of mysterious dark matter and dark energy, stuff we can't see, can't touch, can't detect. Well, this theory starts by asking a wild question. What if that 95% isn't missing at all? What if we've just been fundamentally misunderstanding the forces at play this whole time?
So why do we even need a new theory in the first place? I mean, isn't our current model of the universe pretty good? Well, yes and no. The truth is, it's starting to show some pretty serious cracks in its foundation.
We're facing some major, persistent headaches. For starters, galaxies are spinning so incredibly fast they should be flying apart, but they aren't. Then you've got the universe's expansion, which isn't just happening, it's speeding up. Why? We're not sure. And to top it all off, when we try to measure how fast everything's expanding, our numbers don't even agree with each other. It's like two different speed guns giving you two totally different readings for the same car. All of these tensions are basically a giant flashing neon sign telling us that something is missing from our standard model of cosmology.
And this is where quantum affinity gravity, or QAG, makes its boldest move. Instead of just trying to patch up the holes, it suggests we need a complete philosophical shift in how we look at the cosmos itself.
The entire theory is built on a single, absolutely radical idea called the living axiom. It says that the universe isn't just a container that holds information, the information is the fundamental substance of reality. Everything, and I mean everything, we're about to talk about flows from this one core concept.
This leads us to the idea of quantum affinity. The easiest way to think about it is like attracts like, but for information itself. So instead of mass warping space-time, QAG says it's the drive for systems to achieve informational coherence, to resonate with each other, that actually produces the force we experience as gravity.
And this right here really highlights the massive paradigm shift. In the standard view we all learned, mass is the source of gravity. Simple enough. But in the QAG view, mass is just a byproduct. The true source of gravity is an object's internal coherence, its level of informational order.
Okay, so if gravity is really affinity, how does that help solve those huge cosmic mysteries we just talked about? Let's see how this new foundation completely rewrites the rules of the game.
This is brilliant. It perfectly illustrates QAG's answer to dark matter. And the answer is, it's not a particle at all. On the left, you've got your standard matter, the stars and gas we can see. QAG claims this matter creates a disturbance in the vacuum of space. The vacuum then responds by forming a coherent halo of resonance around the galaxy, which is what you see on the right. This halo is the extra gravity that's holding the galaxy together.
And what about dark energy? The theory calls it dynamic dissonance. As galaxies and clusters move farther and farther apart, their informational connection, their affinity, gets weaker. You could almost say they begin to forget about each other. This loss of that binding affinity creates a kind of repulsive pressure that drives the accelerated expansion of the universe.
Now this is a fascinating story for sure, but in physics, a theory has to match the data. So let's look at the actual predictions QAG makes and see how they stack up against what we're observing out there in the real world.
Here we go. What you're looking at are the rotation curves for two different galaxies. The black dots are the actual observed speeds of the stars. Now, according to the source, that blue line is the prediction from QAG's equations. And as you can see, it fits the data incredibly well without inventing any new dark matter particles.
The theory also claims to solve that smoothness problem, the S8 tension. It suggests that the vacuum can actually exhale, which slightly weakens gravity's clumping effect over cosmic time. This leads to a slower growth of cosmic structures, that's the purple line, which the author claims is a much better fit to the observational data than the standard model, which is the gray line.
And this table right here really gets to the heart of the matter. It shows QAG's specific numerical predictions for those big cosmic tensions. For the Hubble constant, it predicts a value of 76.55, which is much, much closer to the late universe measurements everyone's been getting. And for the S8 value, its prediction is 0.783, which sits right on top of what recent surveys have found. The claim is this resolves that tension entirely.
So, the theory makes some pretty bold claims about matching cosmological data, but if you follow its core logic to the very end, it extends into some truly mind-bending territory. We're moving from astrophysics straight into the realm of science fiction.
I'm talking about a warp drive. The theory actually proposes a brand new model for one. That cyan line shows a massive displacement of space-time, but the really crucial part is on the right. It shows almost zero tidal stress inside the ship. This is huge because it would theoretically let you avoid the lethal, shredding forces that were predicted by earlier warp drive concepts.
So how would it even work? Well, it's a push-pull system. First, you project a beam of pure coherence forward. This increases the local affinity and literally pulls the ship into it. At the same time, you project informational chaos or noise out the back. This creates a repulsive dissonance that pushes you. So the ship is effectively surfing on a self-generated wave of spacetime.
And this is where the theory takes its biggest leap of all. For that living axiom to hold up, there needs to be a physical basis for consciousness, right? So the theory speculates about a particle called the psychon, a carrier for an informational current that would be generated by a brain. In this view, a thought wouldn't just be neurons firing. It would be a physical field with the potential to actually interact with the universe.
And really, that's the question quantum affinity gravity leaves us with. It presents this incredible vision of the cosmos not as a dead machine, but as a living, interconnected system. Now, whether this specific theory is the right track or not, who knows? But it's a powerful challenge to how we think about the fundamental nature of reality itself.